Alright guys, I'm here with another narrator Wi-Fi battle. As you can see, I'm using my legendary Pokemon. I'm going to note that none of them have been touched yet, which actually was not a smart idea bringing them onto Wi-Fi, considering that their attacks do not make any sense at all and there's little to no coverage. So I'm working on them as we speak. I'm gonna toss out a few attacks and get them ready for real combat here, but I'm just gonna have fun with them right now. Now I'm facing this Wi-Fi battler Jordan. That name is familiar to me somehow, but I don't know the PBR battler that went by that name. There was one person that was pointed out, but they weren't on Wi-Fi for a while, so that person was X'd out. So I don't know who this really is, but looking at their team, it looks pretty basic. So I decided to bring two of my legends plus my Feraligatr, since Feraligatr is known to get me out of very tight situations. Of course, it didn't really help in this battle, you'll see later. Well, it did help a bit. But anyway, he's going to start with Espeon, I'm going to start with my Feraligatr. Now, the first thing that came to mind was a Choice Scarfed Espeon. So, I know I could take a Psychic, so I decided to go for the Swords Dance first turn. There's really no point in attacking right away, considering I already know that my Feraligatr can't really dent Espeon with the attacks it's got now. So they go for Psychic, which was what I was expecting, and I'm going to set up a Swords Dance here. That did about half, so I wanted to set up another Swords Dance, but I couldn't take that chance. Now, I don't have many Pokemon in this version because this is my Soul Silver. I've only got about 20 Pokemon, considering that these are all breeded Pokemon. So, I went for Aqua Jet here just to get some damage in. I knew I wasn't going to take the next attack. It does a good amount of damage to that Espeon. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to completely eradicate it. He hits me with a crit with Psychic, which did not matter, and ends up taking my Feraligatr out. So, I believe I go into Entei. I was checking my Raikou for its attacks because I'm a little rusty-minded. I didn't really use Raikou yet. So, I believe I go into Entei now. Yeah, I go into Entei. Now, I'm going to set up a Howl since I know Entei can take Psychics. Considering that Entei's got pretty decent special defense, he should be able to take a couple of them without any worry. So, of course, he's going to go for the Psychic again. Oh no, he went for Reflect this turn. My bad. So he raises his defense, and I'm going to get a Howl up. That's going to be a free Howl, which is very beneficial to me. I'm going to need Howl if I'm going to take these Pokemon out with Reflect up. So since he didn't damage me, and I can probably take at least 3 hits of Psychic, I'm going to go for another Howl. Now, after I saw the Reflect, I knew he probably had Light Clay. He went for Psychic and he got a crit, which completely crippled my Entei here, because now I could not rely on Flare Blitz. That crit was very unlucky, because if he didn't get that crit, Entei would have had enough to fire off at least 2 Flare Blitzes, though it wouldn't have mattered with his last Pokemon. By his last Pokemon, I mean the third Pokemon he sent out. He still has all 3. So I'm going to go for the Extreme Speed, considering it's the only thing I can do. I return a crit, though the crit didn't matter as much as the Psychic mattered on Entei, because I lose my Entei to Life Orb, which completely blows. Crits happen, and sometimes they happen in the wrong situations. This was just one of those situations. So now all I have left is my Raikou, and he still has 2 Pokemon left over. So it all comes down to this Raikou. So as you can see, Raikou is sent out. Looks pretty cool, shiny. And he's going to send out Milotic. So that was pretty much a good deal on my side. I'm going to go for the Zap Cannon, considering it's a super effective attack. I was really taking a gamble with Zap Cannon's accuracy. Raikou is also holding a Life Orb, though I should give it a Zoom Lens. But I go for the Zap Cannon, it manages to connect, and that completely eradicates Milotic. Though that's no surprise, a Zap Cannon from a Raikou is deadly. So now he has one Pokemon left, and depending on what that Pokemon is will depend on whether or not I can take this battle. And it ends up being a Salamence. Now, I know I cannot take a Salamence's Earthquake. That's the last thing that I need to get hit by. So I'm going to fire off another Zap Cannon, considering it's the only thing I can do with my Raikou. If this Zap Cannon connects, I can stop that Mence, or at least try to stop it. If I don't, I'm going to lose miserably. So I fire Zap Cannon and it connects, and Salamence just survives. It had no Focus Sash, but it managed to survive with about 2 points, I want to say. And he ended up Dragon Dancing, which means it makes it a perfect target for Extreme Speed, which Raikou now has access to. So I managed to take this battle out of pure luck. And I have to admit that it was pure luck. So anyway, that's the battle, guys, and I will see you next time.